Beats Planet.
Hello. We here. There you go. There you go, Will Steele.
The whole time I had it off, didn't even realize.
That's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? We here just, blunders on top of blunders. We'll figure it out.
Fitting after yesterday.
Chad, let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all need to call the volume and thank them. You know what I'm talking about? Because if this was just last year, just a reminder, last year, I just kind of went live whenever I wanted to. You know what I mean? I wasn't on this schedule. There was no Monday through Thursday, 3 p.m. Central. It wasn't really none of that. You know what I'm talking about? I just kind of, I feel like going live today. Chat, let me tell you something. As I pull my chat box up to look at y'all in the face. If this was old Voch Lombardi, funny enough, just like I said last week for the Tennessee game, y'all wouldn't have got no stream today. No, sir.
Not me.
You wouldn't have got one from the Lombardi, because you hear me? I'd have just put up my little gone fishing sign, closed for the day. Sorry, we're at lunch. Whatever little sign I need to put on the door, I'd have put it there. But y'all need to thank Volume, because they making Voch and Will still come through on a Monday at 3:20. At 3:20. And we leaving at 3:59. So don't ask me nothing. But I must indeed face my people. I must indeed let y'all know what the business is. Spider Cuz says that old Voch would have been gone till Thursday. Facts. But it is what it is. Well, still, I know I said, yeah, man, for the playoffs, we was going to have new sound drops and shit, you know what I mean? We was going to have some brand new sound drops. We was going to have some new, some new workings for the show, man. I was going to get some nice little production going. The Cowboys had me so upset. I almost went back to the oldest of sound drops. So this is what we got today. The same shit that we had last week. VOCHLOMBARDI. We'll still got this. Because I was so discouraged. I couldn't even go live today. But I couldn't change around the scenery for the show, for the playoffs. This was gonna be an occasion. This was gonna be a party, right? It's almost like I say, hey man, we throwing this housewarming party. I'm gonna have steaks here. But you get to the housewarming party, and all I got is like pizza rolls and hot pockets and shit. Like, yo, what?
It was steakums.
But anyway, we're here. We're here to talk about the Dallas Cowboys and their various blunders. Let me just get this out of the way, because people like to make up their own. They like to make up their own narratives. Dak Prescott did not play well today. You know what I mean? Well, yesterday. Some people thought I was finna get on this bitch and go, well, see, look, Dak wasn't necessarily bad, right? This is what happened, right? Like, Dak wasn't bad. It's just that Dak wasn't as good as he's normally. No. I'm not going to get up here and super defend Dak. But I am going to defend Dak for like 20 seconds before I move into me shitting on Dak real fast, right? The response from Cowboy Nation, once again, is sickening. Will Steele. And I really don't. I'm really not here to fight this fight for real. Let me unlock the phones.
The conference has been unlocked.
There you are. I'm not really here to fight this fight necessarily, because I don't want to be in the business of trying to change people's mind. Will Steele. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I don't want to change people's mind, bro. Like, normally I'll come on here. Hey, Dak is XYZ. Y'all will go, nah, Dak is CBD. Well, I'll tell you why that's not the case, and why I'm, why I'm right and why you're wrong, or just why I feel like I'm right and I feel like you're wrong. But some of the response that we get from Dak Prescott when we have times like this is not worth fighting that fight. Two things can be true at one time. Three things, I would say, Will Steele. Three things can be true at one time. Dak Prescott turns the football over. Dak Prescott had a bad football game, played a bad game last Sunday. Dak is a top 5 quarterback in the league. All three of those things can be true at the same time, Will Steele. I just don't think Cowboy fans give Dak the same grace that Bills fans give Josh and them. or Ravens fans give Lamar in them, and it's okay, Voch, what have we done since '95? Fuck it, get out of here. I don't give a fuck. But I'm just saying, right? And that's really the only positive thing that I'm gonna say about Dak Prescott today, right? Like, don't let a bad game or a bad performance. And to be fair, it was a bad team performance for real. I mean, the defense was fine. You know what I'm saying? Kicking teams kind of kick in the nuts twice. Dak wasn't great, you know what I'm saying? But I would rather it happen this game than next week. I'd rather the shit happen this game than next week, right? One more positive thing about Dak, and I swear I ain't gonna say nothing else good about Dak the rest of the show. This game was so bad, Will, still. And the problem is with, going live, people try to ask you like coaches questions, right? Like they asked me the same question, like you should be asking Mike McCarthy shit. Well, Voch, what was Dak trying to look at in this play? Fuck, man, I don't know. Like I'm trying to do a show for y'all. All I got is the broadcast view. I ain't got rewind on the bootleg. Nothing. I ain't got the rewind, but you know what I mean. All I got is what you just saw. Now later on, when the week goes, we'll have answers, and Will Steele's downloading film now, and other little things is happening, and plugs is going on, and we'll have film for you later. But right now, I don't necessarily have the answers. So right now, here is my half-hearted example of what my answers are. Well, the Cowboys wanted to play the Buccaneers so bad that we took it light on the Washington Football Wizards, right? Just like, we had a blunder with the Packers game, right? Because we wanted to play the Eagles so bad, right? I mean, because we had to play the Vikings, so we took it light on the Packers, right? Or we took it light on the Jazz because we wanted to play the Eagles so bad. So we were so focused, right? My Cowboys and my quarterback was so focused on the playoffs, we didn't even know what we was getting into with the Washington Football Wizards. We practiced this week for the Buccaneers. We ain't even practice for the Washington Football. That's why we look flat coming out. That's why we were so trash the whole game. That's why we couldn't hit wide receivers. That's why Dak was terrible. But if I say that, I'd be lying to you. We just play like shit, and that's okay. It's not okay. But it's okay. We play like shit. It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. I told Will Steele this backstage. I say, man, Will, look, bro. If we win Monday, none of this shit matters.
Right.
If we win Monday, none of this shit matters. Because at the end of the day, Cowboy fans like to be selective with the shit they want. If we win all the games in the regular season, they be like, well, Voch, regular season don't matter. Cool. Let regular season not matter today. But regular season only don't matter if you take care of your business next week. Right? So all I can hope for is that when we did play those bad teams, we played down to those bad teams. But when we played those good teams, we dropped 40 on offense. All the fuck I can hope for, Will Steele, because I ain't got no other answers. All I can hope for is that these next 4 games, we treat all those teams as good teams and play those dudes appropriately. That's all I can hope for. All I can hope for is that Dak Prescott got 4 in him. Want to talk about 4? If 4 play 4 good games, we should feel good about what's to come here. If 4 slacks off just a little bit, we don't stand a chance. I was listening to the radio.
I don't think that's a small thing you're saying right there, but go ahead.
No, Will, it's not a small. No, listen, it's totally unfair to Dak. It's a huge thing, right? Because look, watch this, right? I was just about to say this. I was listening to the radio, right? And it's a shame that they let people have certain platforms and let people say certain shit or whatever, right? But they'll come out here and they'll be like, oh, why do things have to be perfect for Dak Prescott to play well?
What the hell was so perfect about this?
We'll still. The motherfucker say, oh, well, Dak finally got a defense that plays well for him. And I'm like, last couple weeks, man, shit. Yeah. Oh, Dak Prescott got to have a perfect offensive line. And I'm like we've been 30 seconds, you know what I mean? Or Dak Prescott got to have wide receivers. He had Amari Cooper. Like, he ain't have Amari Cooper this year. He had CeeDee Lamb and some cats. T.Y. Hilton just got here, and he ain't game breaker. He just better than Noah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm starting to listen to all these narratives come together, you know what I mean, about just anti-Cowboy matters, anti-Dak matters. All right, cool, whatever. I don't really look for you, for good information anyway. But this team ain't good enough to survive a bad Dak Prescott game. That's the difference here, right? But I don't think, the anti-Dak crowd accounts for that, right? Like, they like they'll go, oh, Dak Prescott is trash, but we 12-4, but the team ain't good.
Yeah, there was a dude that called in today and got on Bobby Belt. Is like, Dak Prescott sucks, Kellen Moore sucks, get rid of him. And Bobby was like, wait. Okay, look, if we want to say one of them sucks, whatever, but you can't have both of them suck and have the number one offense since he came back. So which is it? Well, Bobby, what about the playoffs? He's like, no, stay here. Well, Bobby, where was the number one offense yesterday? He was like, yo, if you ain't gonna be reasonable, man, I can't have the conversation with you. But that's how I go. That's how the conversation go here, man. Context is thrown out the window. When you're the quarterback of this team, no one cares about the rest of the stuff. It's win-loss unless they feel the wins are not your responsibility. That's just the facts of the matter here.
Mm-hmm. And, it's unfair. It's unfair of what some Cowboy fans ask, right? I was asking Matt Owen this, right? Because he's fantastic with the numbers. He's great at this. There's been like 50 some odd Super Bowls or whatever, right? But there's only been like 33 Super Bowl quarterbacks. You know what I mean? So just out of all the years of the National Football League, it's only been like 33 quarterbacks win the Super Bowl. And it's crazy that Dak won't get respect unless he's the 34th guy, right? As long as football been existing, as long as Super Bowl been a thing, all these other quarterbacks get their respect, right? They had this graphic up, Will, still. They was like, these 3 teams are playing for the number 1 seed this week. It was San Francisco, us, and it was Eagles. Only 2 of them teams get respect. They not going to respect Dak until he carries his team to a Super. Well, Voch, Dak just proves he can't put the team on his back. That's got to be the goofiest shit I've ever heard in my life. It's got to be the goofiest shit I've ever heard.
It's goofy, but unfortunately, I think that's what's going to have to happen.
That's what.
The way this team is looking at this point, he's going to have 4 Herculean efforts in order for the Cowboys to even sniff the Super Bowl. Like he can't be below average in any of these games. I don't think. Me personally, unless the defense flips the switch, unless the run game finds itself, unless the offensive line figures things out, unless Kellen Moore keeps a bag for 4 weeks, he's going to have to be one of them ones for 4 weeks. So, for fair or not, he got to do it, bro. And if he don't, we're going to be coming right. Well, at least a lot of people will. And I said this already before, Voch. Fair or not, whatever you want to call it, if they don't make a deep playoff run, we'll be coming back here. We'll be having a conversation about it. And it is what it is. That's just the way it is with this organization and the quarterback position.
Time out, Will, still just 1 second. Short Dog on the phone, and I don't know when we ever gonna hear from him again. Let's just hear from Short Dog real fast. Short Dog, what up, man?
Hey, Voch, what's up, bro?
Man, what's good,
I know I need to get back in touch and stay in the zone, bro. It's just I've been all over the place, but I've still been tuning in, bro. But look, these fans, they're irrational, bro. They don't understand. They don't know what's going on. Look, Dak's been playing good, bro. We're 12-4, 12-5. That Washington game, it's hard to get up on. Mm-hmm. I mean, they knew that the Giants wasn't going to be resting their guys. We weren't going to be going. But at the end of the day, that Washington game don't mean nothing. It's like kissing your cousin. And what were we going to be celebrating, beating Sam Howell? We knew it. The guys knew it. Everybody knows it. Everything goes, bro. Ain't nothing was going to change. We have to be Brady in the Bucs. And we got trust in foe, bro. Foe on foe all day. We ain't playing. We ain't fucking ducking, dodging, no smoke, bro. It's all good. Get Voch up to 80K. Everybody hit the like, subscribe, go to the volume. Turn wheel still, Flywalker still. You know what it is. The best in the business. Love, Voch.
Appreciate you, Short Dog. We just had to stop everything to come hear from you because we just don't know what's going on. Short Dog called in from jail one time. He rocked with us so heavy. So heavy. He wasn't even supposed to have a phone. And he tapped in with us. Appreciate you, Short Dog. Somebody said that they had Aaron Rodgers in their top 5. They said Dak ain't top 5, Aaron Rodgers is top 5.
Maybe in another year, but
that's what we're dealing with, though, Will, still.
Aaron Rodgers is not top 5 this year.
But to your point, though, Will, when Dak got hurt early in the season, right? Like, we looked at the defense with this impossible task. You know what I mean? It was like, hey, man, Cooper Rush is going to be your quarterback. Your offense probably going to be at the bottom of the league, but we got to win games, man. Go out there and be elite. And your defense had that very unfair task. I used to say all the time on the string, yo, D, it's unfair. You know what I mean? Cooper Rush 3 and out and whatever. This is unfair, but this is what it is. and your defense stepped up to that unfair task, and they did well. Now it's time for Dak Prescott to receive his unfair task, to receive this task that, you know, none of the other teams got to deal with. You know what I'm saying? But
he has.
But he has to.
I mean, he has done that for the. Sans maybe the Colts game, even in the Texans game. The Texans game wasn't some well-rounded game by the team. Yeah. It took that last drive, 98 yards. Great stop by the defense. It was a team effort at the end, but it wasn't like it was a well-rounded game. But for a good majority of this last month, you've had one of the worst rushing attacks. You've had one of the worst blocking units in general. That's just period. You've seen what the receivers have done. And then your defense has been very middling of the pack in general. And you've been kind of getting masked in that way. But you cannot slip up. So hopefully the atrocious game that he had yesterday is the get it out the way game, right? Like, all right, get that out the way, because you forget playing like that. You can't even play half as bad as that, I think, in the playoffs and expect to get to the Super Bowl. I don't think you can, bro. I think it's going to have to be a Herculean effort. Yep.
With all that being said, though, Dak played like shit yesterday.
Worst game of his career, in my opinion.
Yeah, one of them ones, man. And, you know, he don't consistently do that. You know what I mean? Like, he may throw the ball to the other team, sure, but he don't do that. Like, it happened like week one, kind of Denver last year, and maybe like one other time, maybe last year or something like that. But just that what happened yesterday, man, that was a horrific showing from Dak Prescott, and it showed.
It's clear and obvious pressing. And I was surprised he came out in a press conference and said it. He all but said I was pressing. He didn't say those words, but it's like, man, you know, we weren't getting anything going. I was trying to make something happen and get some, you know, something going for this offense, and that's basically pressing, right? Yeah. Like, and I said this morning, that's when you need something, somebody, something, a coach, a unit or whatever to say, hey, I don't need you to play Superman just quite yet. Let me figure this out. Let me get something easy here. Let us do this. Let us do that. But I think he pressed early, and I think we've seen him do that a few times this year where he's trying to force something to get something going. But in this game, he pressed early and often and just kept pressing. And it just, once it got away, right, 13 and 16 and 19, whatever it was. And they kept him in, which was weird to me. And they kept him in. I mean, maybe this conversation will bring up, I don't know. They kept him in when it looked like the game plan wasn't designed to really actually go out there and try to do anything normal. It was more vanilla. 3 play action passes in that game.
Now, Will Steele, let me ask you a question now, sir. Let me just ask you a question. I know your answer, and you might cuss me out like you did that one time we was driving to the airport, but Will Steele. Did it look like Kellen was saving some of his good shit for the playoffs, Will Steele? Let me just ask you, sir.
It looked like it, right? But do I believe that? I can't force myself to believe that, man, because how dumb is that?
But Will, that's how the shit looked, though.
It did look like that.
We did nothing creative-wise. We did, like, the movement. There was no play action. Yeah, I mean, run game didn't get going for real. Like, you know, some of these games, like, you know, we'll just force Tony to get his 18 carries or whatever. Like, we just did none of that. Like, we just thought, hey, let's just go out there and throw the ball and throw these easy concepts and throw this easy shit. I'm like, man, I'm going to get crucified, especially by Will. I thought about you yesterday. No. Man, Will's still going to cuss me smooth out, but it looked like we saving all our
important shit. I find it humorous because I heard this last year. Like, this was the exact – this is why I said, Voch, to you behind the scene, I hate that I'm having this feeling because it looks weird. And I hadn't really had to say that much this year. Last year, the offense looked weird, and it's starting to look weird again. You can't run block. Like, that's not new. What happened yesterday, wasn't new. You don't have amazing passing game concept. That ain't new.
Yeah.
That ain't new to me. Your receivers outside of CD Lamb are incredibly suspect. That ain't new. You know, and Dak Prescott turning the ball over once in the game, that ain't new. Like, these things have been happening over the last month of the season. It's just that your quarterback was able to overcome that for the most part. That one mistake that he may have made, the other one may have been like a drop interception type of thing. But that wasn't the case yesterday, bro.
Yeah. Geo Mag in the chat box says, Voch, why you being so soft when it comes to criticizing Dak? Tell it like it is. He's been inconsistent. He leads the NFL in interceptions. Cooper Rush with conservative play showed to be a better play. Geo, why don't you just call into the show so we can talk about it, sir? Geo Mag, why don't you call into the show so we can talk about it? Sir?
If the Cowboys had that defense when Cooper Rush was playing, we wouldn't have this conversation. If the Cowboys had that rushing attack when the Cowboys were playing, we'd have this conversation. But the funny thing is they haven't had either of those for the last month. But it's been masked because Dak has been winning, right? The Cowboys have been winning, and Dak has been leading the charge.
But Gio, please call in because I'm gonna get some good content out of this, sir. We gonna get a good ass highlight out of this, sir. Please, if you will. And I was talking to Trey Fargo, but he was amongst many fast moving chats, so I'll probably get back to him in a little bit. But I do want Gio to call back in. Gio, call in and then get back in the chat box and tell me what your area code is so we can get right to you because I got some questions, sir.
I will say this before you move forward, Voch. I don't think that Kellen will come out with that same game plan next week. I don't.
Can't be. He cannot. If he does, he gets fired. If he does, his head got to roll. Will still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We can't just do the simple curls. We can't do the simple concepts. We can't do the not moving CD, and we can't do the Tony Pollard only get 6 carries. We can't
7
do that.
touches, bro. And that's a lot, like 2 out of the last 4 games. I think. I mean, I'll go back and look. TP hasn't really touched the ball like that. That's again, it's weird, bro. I don't like feeling weird about this offense going in because it is now turned. Right, that's right. It's turned into you gonna need this offense to be at a high level. It can't be at no mediocre to below average level. It just can't happen.
So there continues to be woes at the cornerback 2 spot. Will still.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure this out. Cause and look, this could be another reason why we're saving our good shit for the playoffs or whatever, right? But we saw a lot of rotation on defense. Like we saw a lot of we saw some Brillo, we saw some Luke Gifford, but we saw Dan Quinn throw a lot of bodies at cornerback too. And the result really didn't change. Now, Will, I know all these characters just ain't terrible. You know what I mean? Like, I know all these characters just ain't bad to a point where, hey, we just going to throw the ball up against them and we just going to beat them. It's just automatic that we going to beat them. You know what I'm saying? Like, all these dudes at some point.
Well, when you think about it,
they might be.
The only one that you could be like, well, this is a bit of and don't kill me, chat, a shocker is because he's a second-round pick was Kelvin Joseph. Everyone else, you know, you can say, well, Nashawn Wright wasn't supposed to go in the 3rd, right? Everyone said Nashawn Wright's a day 3 guy. He struggled, but I thought he came along, and I got a question for you I want to ask you. Trayvon Mullen was cut by 2 teams. Are we surprised, right? Mackenzie Alexander's cut by multiple teams. He didn't even get a chance to go at it. And Anthony Brown had his struggle. Anthony Brown is, for majority of his career, played above his draft status. And he wasn't great this year, but he wasn't as poor as these guys have been. But Anthony Brown is not a world beater either. So you could say, okay, I can see these guys getting beat. But it seems like it doesn't matter who's over there. They're getting beat multiple times a game, every game, for either a touchdown or a big play.
So my question is, I'm looking right at Dan Quinn here. My question is, if no matter what cornerback you throw at cornerback 2, because we know cornerback 1 and 3 is fine, or at least left outside guy or defensive right
Let's
guy.
Let's just say Bland and Diggs.
Bland and Diggs are fine. Bland and Diggs are fine. If I'm Dan Quinn, how much evidence do you need? Right? Because look, Will, because it ain't like, you know, oh, well, he's just whatever. All right, we throw him at him. They attacked him. We threw Nashawn in there. They attacked him. We threw Trayvon in there. They attacked him twice. You know, they attack anybody that's over there, Will, still. And you can't live in this world where Donovan Wilson and J-Ron Kearse playing nickel for you full time. You can't live in that world, right? What do we do about cornerback 2?
Why did they go away from Nashawn Wright? I thought he put together some momentum at the end of that Titans game, and I thought for sure he was going to get some tick. And he played, but it seemed like they were really trying to see what they had in Mullins, and I'm like, this ain't the time to be playing around.
Yeah.
So I think the answer is probably go back to Wright, or maybe they throw in the veteran Xavier Woods. But here we go. You got musical chairs at offensive line. Now you got musical chairs at quarterback too. Not ideal.
I'm up here looking at Trayvon Mullen. I said, all right, Trayvon, you look like the other Trayvon body-wise. Like, you know what I'm saying? But y'all boys look alike. Y'all got the same name and shit. All right, what the business is? They threw right at that motherfucker. Caught it. I was like, damn, I don't even know. Just it was like a Dotson or something. I'm like, caught it. I'm like, bro, how long before we just leave somebody on that side of the field, man? But I don't know. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Dan Quinn saving is good shit for the playoffs also, because if not, then that just means Dan Quinn just don't notice. He just don't notice what's going on with his defense.
Tom Brady is 100% about to be mouse in the house on that side. Whoever it is.
Chris Godwin finna have a day on that side, boy. Yeah. If Trey's gonna be mostly on Evans' duty, then Godwin gonna have a day on that side.
You're gonna need Tom to throw you a couple, right? Like pressure gets to him because he's not gonna run around, but they're gonna get the ball out quick. You get a tip, he reads it wrong. Maybe you confuse him because they did that. Dan Quinn, I'm gonna break this down. Dan Quinn confused Tom on one of those plays where he dropped Wilson and he got an interception. So
yeah. Shame. I'm almost to the point to where, hey man, just find me any nickel guy that could play.
Put Bland out.
Anyone. And just put Nashawn outside. I mean put Deron Bland outside. Anybody. Besides that, I mean, Noah Brown got targeted a lot. That was weird. And I don't necessarily want to blame it on Kellen, but I do, right? Because if we're at a point to where, all right, we're looking at CD and he's not there, so we're going to what's his face? What's his name? Noah Brown. If you Kellen Moore, at some point you got to go, all right, we got to get CD to football. So let me scheme and fancy a way to get CD to football. But we never did that, Will Steele, which made me which makes me ask, Will Steele,
the one time.
You think Kellen's saving his good shit?
We did it. We did it on the touchdown drive. It was mind-boggling to me. Like you scored a touchdown on the drive, you said F it, and maybe it wasn't because I think that was hurry up offense, if I'm not mistaken, at that point. And we said we're going to Lamb. And I hate to bring up this conversation again because Lamb and Dak are having a fantastic conversation, communication and chemistry and all that. But last year I found myself saying, why are we not going to Amari Cooper? Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, why are we going to Seth Wilson, who's having a good year? Why are we going to Dawson? Like, crunch time. Amari, Lamb, Pollard, let's roll. And I found myself looking at that yesterday, but maybe the explanation is they just saving it for the play. All right. Okay.
I mean, Tony got 7 carries.
And last game against the Eagles when he played, he had 9.
Dog, what if we really go in this Tampa Bay game and Tony don't break 10, dog? Like, what? No.
It was mind-boggling to me because it's reminded me of last year. Voch was like, all right, you struggling offensively. Just put the ball in Tony Pollard's hands, bro.
Just give it to him and let something happen. Just give it to him and let something happen, right?
Like, with going unnoticed, and it's not much that a back can do, but, bro, 8 carries for 10 yards from Zeke. Yeah. Bro, ain't no way, bro. By the time I get to the 7th carry and he got 7 yards, that's a wrap.
I'm moving on.
It ain't working today, man.
Plus, there's a little bag Zeke be getting in where he think he faster than what he really is, or he think he quicker than what he really is. And I be like, bro, Zeke, just go north and south and just leave it alone, bro. Like, Zeke will try to stop and shake and move around, bro. Like, yo, Zeke, just please, bro. Just please. Man,
look, Law posted a video of the screens, talking about, missing, who was our Scott Linehan. Scott Linehan because the screens, and I'm watching Ezekiel Elliott run. I'm like, oh my God. I haven't watched his, you know what I mean, those early years. I'm like, yo, that don't even look like the same player.
Hey, man, contract, guaranteed money run up real soon, man. I don't know, man. But I don't know, man. I just would love to live in this world to where if Dak Prescott could actually get a little bit of help, he could, like some wide receiver help. He tried to get Noah involved. We had some Noah drops, and that could be deflating. That'll end up being like a drive killer or something like that.
Hey, dog, look all that. It's playoff time.
Yep.
Tony Pollard,
time sitting
CD
over.
Lamb, Dalton Schultz, T.Y. Hilton, Ezekiel Elliott. That should be the core, right? Like last game of the year, Jim can't hold anything back. If you watch Waterboy, that's it. I'm not running nothing else to nobody else. Everybody else is going to come off of that, right? Like, all right, CeeDee Lamb's double cover. Let me come down to Noah Brown because he's wide open. This throwing 52-yard bombs to Noah Brown deep down the middle of the field, no.
Will, I would much rather throw a 5-yard pass to Hendershot than a 40-yard attempt to Noah Brown, and it hit him in the hands and he dropped it. You know what I mean? Like just I'm out on that, bro. I'm out on that, bro. All we got to do is just knock on some wood and pray to the football guys that next week, Monday, at the end of all that shit. So we got short week next week, if you know what I'm saying.
Hey, I'm surprised you didn't say this. That the saving grace here, Dallas hasn't lost back-to-back games this year. So
because they were so focused, because the games that they lost, they was focused on the next guy, Will. So that's what I'm saying to you.
They've been bouncing back, man. They've been bouncing back. So it's plausible that they could bounce back in Tampa. They would have to do something they haven't done since '92 and ever, which is beat Tom Brady and win a road playoff game. But hey, that's why they play the game.
Do you think the Seahawks can beat the 49ers?
No.
I was kind of wanting that to beat the Lions a little bit, but I don't think Geno and them. Somebody actually said Geno was a better quarterback than Dak Prescott in my beloved chat box. Somebody said Geno was whatever.
People wanted A-Rod to get in the playoffs so that he had a shot to beat the Niners. I think that was the case. But bro, he hasn't beat the Niners in the playoffs since I don't know when.
It was Lions for me. If anybody was gonna beat San Francisco in round one, it was gonna be Lions, and I don't think that's gonna be the case now. So we're moving on from that. You got Giants beating Minnesota.
No,
yeah.
I got Minnesota. I think it's gonna be chalk.
What that mean? I'm from Mississippi.
So I think you're gonna have the top seed Minnesota win, the top seed, and what's the name?
Okay.
Win. So then it'll come down to Cowboys, Tampa, and that's about the biggest coin flip, and it probably shouldn't be, but 4-5 is technically supposed to be a coin flip.
Yeah. All right, that's our nonsense for the week. I'm missing somebody. San Francisco now, Dallas, and I'm missing somebody. It don't matter. It don't matter. Oh yeah, Seahawks. Yeah, we said that. All right, cool. That's everybody, man. Moving on. Let's who is that character? Oh goodness, Mud, shoot his ass. All right.
The conference has been locked.
Just to be clear, real fast, we just gonna check these non-platinum callers just to see if that's old boy up here. 312, who this?
Oh, hey, this is Rex Brown calling from Brazil. How's it going, fella?
Brazil.
From Brazil. We'll let you ride there. Cool. All right, what's up with you? What you got for the show today?
I'm going to be real quick, man. We ain't going to do too much with this coaching staff, man. Mike McCarthy walking around lost. I don't know what. Kevin Moore ain't got nothing in his bag.
Yeah, Kevin.
I've been telling y'all, you can't be on the job training and be a coach. Yeah. If you don't know what you're doing, how you going to tell Dak what to do?
Yeah.
Huh? Receivers still running the same lame routes we were running day one. Right. Man, this team is – the Cowboys have top 10 talent, bottom 10 coaching. That means what? Game one exit. I hate to say it. I've been a Cowboys fan since 1969, man. I've been to all the Super Bowls. This team lacks focus because our head coach is walking around lost. He told Jerry Jones that lie. During the COVID time, I was studying films, and he came back and said, no, I wasn't really studying nothing. Yeah. It's starting to show. That lie is coming to fruition. There's a reason why they kicked him out of Green Bay. The boys lost touch with time. If you're not going to tell Kevin Moore how to set a game plan, the boy's been an OC for, what, 5 years? He's only game planning, 6 games? Hey, coaching. We've got the talent, don't have the coaching. I hate to say it, Tampa Bay going to get us Monday. It's going to be sad, but that's what's going to happen. This is a premise. Yeah. This is a premise. I've seen the Cowboys. I've been there every Cowboys Super Bowl.
Yep.
Wow. This team, since 2016, has had top 10 talent, but has had bottom 10 coaching. From Jason Garrett to Scott Linehan. And you tell Law, we don't need no Scott Linehan screen. This staff that's in here now, lost, as they say, lost and found out. Everybody knows what we want to do. Running the same 5 running plays we've been running since Jason Garrett.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, your boy Kevin Moore, He's just a Scott Linehan 3.0. Only difference between him and Scott Linehan
3.0.
is he doesn't take it personal when a receiver says we just do another route and they run out the route. Kevin don't know what he's doing. He don't know what he's doing, man.
Yeah,
it's just disappointing to see talent wasted once again.
Yeah.
And that's just another wasted season. I hate to tell y'all that that's just gonna happen, man.
Yeah, I feel you, brother. I feel you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Good call.
But blessings to y'all, man. Keep it
for sure, man. Kevin B. Bush.
Appreciate it,
bro. Now, Will, still the one thing that I'm not gonna do, and I don't really condone this, is I don't condone quitting and complying and yielding before the fight even happens. Yeah. I'm definitely not on that kind of time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Listen, it's one thing to be like, and I'll totally admit my confidence was shaken, right? Like I've lost a ton of confidence from that game because they didn't show any fight. I told you that's what bothered me the most. But I can't utter those words out my mouth yet, man. Not
also too,
out there.
Also too, I know it's fun to beat up on the coaching staff or whatever, but man, bad coaching staffs just don't win 12 games, man. You know what I mean? Just a bad coaching staff, like, you know, it may be some situational bad stuff. You know, you may gotta, and we ain't got top 10 talent either. I don't, you know, not across the board like that. You know, we just looking at like talent or whatever. Like, you know, it's teams in the playoffs more talented.
Yeah, if you, think about it. The top 10 team is just a top 10 team at the end of the day.
Yeah,
right. That's almost the entire playoffs in the picture. It used to be 12 teams, now it's 14. So it's okay. You got a playoff team. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah,
but do you have a Super Bowl team?
That's the difference. That's the difference.
Hold on, no. How come everybody calls Kellen Moore Kevin? Like a lot of people do that.
I don't know why they call him Kevin. I
think if his name was Kevin, he'd have a little bit more sauce.
Like if it was Kevin Moore,
right?
Like if he was black, like if
it sound like a R&B singer,
like Federline, like if he was
something like that.
So you saying like white swaggy Kevin, or if Kellen Moore was black, he'd be better?
Well, I'm gonna leave. I'm just not gonna say. Listen, if his name was Kevin, just I feel like if his name was Kevin, he'd be more respected. His name is Kellen.
Kellen ain't a very, you know, that don't really put a lot of fear in the ones.
Hey, Coach Kellen, like what?
Kellen,
what up, Kellen? Like, come on, man.
Can you even say Kellen with bass in your voice?
What do they call him? Coach Kel?
Keenan and Kel.
Coach Kellen.
Coach Kel.
Coach Moore.
I bet Coach they don't Moore. Call him Coach. I bet they don't call him Coach. I bet they just call him Kellen.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
I bet they just call him Kellen.
Hey, Kellen, what we doing? Oh, no, I can't. I used to coach. I wish him up. No. Ain't no, he ain't calling me Will.
Can you imagine?
My dad made me call him Coach, bro.
Coaches don't play by that shit, man. You call me Coach. Coach is like doctor. You know what I mean? Like once you earn that title, they are a coach forever. Even if they ain't coaching no more, like doctor and president, they've earned those titles. Coach.
Somebody said they call him bro.
Hey fam, what we do on this? Kellen get mad and say, go run a lap.
Chill.
And they laugh at him. No, sir. Hey, bro. Hey, fella. Hey, guy. I got one more non-platinum number, and I hope this is Gio from the chat box. I would love to hear what he said, because he called me soft, and I'm grown. So I just kind of want to see what's going on. 571, who this?
Kellen DeGeneres.
Kellen DeGeneres is crazy. 571, who this?
Hello.
What's happening?
Yeah, this Marco.
Who?
Marco. Hurlum. I heard him in the chat box.
You Marco, but you who in the chat box?
I am Hoodlum. That's my nickname.
I am Hoodlum.
I am Hoodlum. Okay, cool. All right, cool.
Man.
Huh?
What you got for the show?
What's good with you, Marco?
Nah, tell it, man. Hey, I feel as though, man, this like, well, it's gonna come down to like mentally, like adversity. Like, it's not like I don't think this team like lack talent, but they like lack mental. like I look at this team like the 2011 Mavericks. Like nobody thought that they could beat Sweet Kobe. Nobody thought that they could beat LeBron. So I feel like that if we can get our mental together, like we could win something. We could really do something. But I just feel like that this team is not like mentally like
Helen Kellen is crazy. Yeah, right. I got you, Marco. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's all I really got for real.
Yeah, I got
like,
you, bro.
For everybody panicking, for everybody like making it seem like it's Dak's fault, but it's this person's fault, but it's the team. It's not just one person, man. It's a team sport.
Got you. Appreciate you, my guy. Good call.
Yeah.
Yo, Will.
All right, for sure.
Yes, sir. Will. Marco was on the phone. I couldn't really wreck. Helen Kellen is madness, sir.
So, have you ever seen the movie D3?
No.
Oh, Voch, we gotta watch D3. That has to be the training camp movie next year. D3. It's freaking hilarious. There's a Helen Keller scene that reminds me of Helen Kellen, but nonetheless, man. Yeah,
so Helen trying to get us canceled, Will. Still, I just got this job now.
No. It's a funny scene.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. Jimmy says, Voch, what about Xavier Rhodes? Phil Collins' face. That's how I feel about Xavier Rhodes, man. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I'm just looking like
old Helen Yellow.
Helen Yellow.
You gotta see. Hey, dog, I might have to pull this scene up, man. I might just have to do it. Go ahead, keep going, though, man.
Oh, Helen Yellow is madness. All right, cool. Everybody else is platinum. So, what time is it? 4:02? That ain't too bad. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get Los on the phone first. What up, Los?
Good afternoon, Voch. Good afternoon, Sky, man. I hope y'all weekend was good. I mean, hey, I know Sunday we can't do anything about Sunday, but hey, it is what it is, right?
Yep. It is what it is. We just gonna move on till Monday. If we win Monday, last Sunday don't matter.
And then, hey, if we left healthy was the most part of this game. I'll knock on wood all that.
Right.
And like you said, Voch, I mean, it's better we look like garbage this game than make a run at the playoffs, looking like that. Because I know Dak especially has to play better, and hopefully he will play better than this. But when you have a number one and your number two and number threes can't create, well, your number one is getting bracketed or double team at times, but when your number two and threes can't create space for themselves, and your play caller can't understand having CD and movement, slot, simple play actions, understand the bully ball, all these concepts that can be simple, he doesn't apply them. And you're asking for disaster, correct?
Sure.
And I'll land my plan here, Voch. And are you a basketball fan, Voch?
Never, but Will still is. But if you talk enough, I can understand what you're saying. Go ahead.
I love basketball. I love all sports. But there's this gringo here in Dallas, and his name's Luca. And there's this quote going into the playoffs.
Sure, I know.
It doesn't matter who we face. We got to beat them all to get to our goal, which is a championship. And as you know, he made a special run last year until he ran into a Golden State team that was better top from bottom.
Yep.
But hey, you flip this back
sitting on the roof of that game.
I feel if this Cowboys can play. If this Cowboys can play up to their potential, there's not one team that scares me matching up to the NFC. Each team has their flaws, and this Tampa Bay Buccaneers are in by default in their terrible division. There's and if there's a tape I would put on Tampa, it's that 49ers. I know you're going to take a deeper look this week, so I'll let y'all break it down. And it took and when it was his first ever loss to his rookie, something.
Fair enough.
I think he's breaking up. We're going to have to let him go.
Yeah, Los, man, you talked up your anytime you done walked up under the tree or something. We couldn't really hear you, man, but we going to go ahead and get you up out of here. But fantastic analysis, though, Los. We was
he said some things there that
he said some,
the every team has their flaws. I do think we kind of, because we're so focused on our team, most teams are flawed in the playoffs, but some teams are just like the Niners are playing so damn well and they're winning that they get masked, right? They almost lost to the Raiders last week, but and then he said, Kellen doesn't know how to, move around Lamb. I would say he does. The problem with Kellen is that he doesn't stick with those things. He has shown he has the ability to call a fantastic series, a fantastic quarter, a fantastic game. It's just I don't get why we don't stick to that. Like, and if it comes from the top, like I said before, if I'm Kellen, fire me. If you don't like how we're winning, fire me.
Sure. Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Fair enough. Every team has their weaknesses, right? Like there's a Bills fan somewhere going, hey man, if Josh Allen come out here like that and we don't score 2 touchdowns on kicking teams, we lose in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Or there's a 49ers fan say, hey man, if Brock come out there like he did versus Oakland, or if the defense give up this many points like they did versus the Raiders, there ain't no way we're gonna da 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 da. You know, there's the Eagles fan that say, hey man, Jalen play like whatever this week, man. If Jalen don't heal up or whatever, or if we don't get better in our pass defense, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? If Daniel Jones can't pass the ball, it's a wrap. If Kirk Cousins do Kirk Cousins shit, we can't stop people on defense, that's a wrap. You know, every team got a something. You know, every team has a something. You know, but you just got to figure out what that something is for you and protect it, and they're going to protect theirs, and we just going to go back and forth like that, and that's how you win games. So we'll see what happens. Fantastic call, though.
Somebody said how much of this is, you know, on Dak missing some reads or whatever. Of course, some of it is on him, right? There's no doubt about that, and I would say more so missing throws in this game more than missing reads. If you go watch the game, there's not many people just flat out wide ass open downfield or anything like that. There's a lot of contested throws. Unfortunately, you got to be on point. And that comes back around to if he's not on point, you're in trouble. Like if your quarterback is not playing at a high level for 4 straight games, I don't think this team can sniff a Super Bowl. If your quarterback plays an average game, which most teams, their quarterback is going to play one of those games where it ain't the greatest. Can your team lift them up? I would have said without thinking twice. If this was week 6, yes. I wouldn't even have thought twice about it. Yep. Now, I don't know about all that.
Oh man, I just hope they were saving all the good shit for the playoffs. Boy, I hope that's the case, Will. Still, I hope. Yeah. But I'd be lying to all y'all if I thought that was really the case. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let's go, JR the mailman. What's up, JR?
Hey, what's up, Voch? Real quick, I remember you when we first drafted, and this is it's not a indictment on Micah Parsons.
Sure.
I remember when we first drafted him. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you really like the draft pick, or were you kind of iffy about the draft pick?
I was iffy about Micah as a linebacker, and I feel like that our value could have been better in getting an offensive lineman like Rashawn Slater. But what I didn't see is Micah being the pass rusher that he is. I don't think anybody saw that. I thought Micah was a cool blitzing linebacker, but his linebacker stuff needed some help as far as mental processing. But if he could give you value as a pass rusher, then his draft stock will work out a little better for you. I just had no clue that the fucker was going to be Von Miller level pass rusher, but that was my thoughts on Micah Parsons.
Yeah, but anyway, to get piggyback off there.
Yes, sir.
What I was gonna say was I think they should get back. They got to get back to moving him around. Just don't sit him at the right defensive end spot because, like, they just put him over there, and all they're doing is all teams are doing is just going away from him.
Yeah.
Either they're going away from him or they're running like crack tosses or something to where he's got to fight through blockers.
Yeah.
They gotta continue to move him around and stop letting the offense dictate what the defense gonna do instead of let the defense dictate what the offense gonna do.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, sure.
That's all I had. I just thought about that yesterday because he just him just at his spot the whole game. It's not.
I was actually thinking about draft stuff earlier. Like I kind of think the Cowboys are going to be looking at like D ends to go along with Sam Williams for the future, just so Micah doesn't have to play D end full time in the future. Or will they try to change Micah's body to make him full time D end?
That's going to be so fascinating.
It's going to be interesting to see what they do with that. But JR, appreciate you, man. Good call.
Oh, no problem.
Yes, sir. Somebody in the chat will say they was like Dak looks scared in the pocket. He was looking nervous. He was trying to get rid of the ball so fast so he wouldn't get hit and all that kind of shit.
Well, I think I don't know if this person is trolling or if they're being having a quality conversation. I wouldn't use the term scared, but there is a clock, right? That's just real life football. there's a clock in your head when you don't have confidence up front, and you got to pick and choose when that to let that clock go off and get rid of the ball. And sometimes that ties into the play. But again, I got to watch this film all the way through. It just did not seem like we were doing many concepts intermediate to deep. It seemed like a lot of stuff was just underneath. And if it wasn't there, now I got to pat the ball,
Yeah.
and I got to move because, Tyron Smith looked, oof. I mean, I hate to keep saying this, man. It looked like last year. And what happened last year at the end when Dak wasn't trusting that front line? Dak was not looking comfortable in that pocket. So I wouldn't use the term scared, but I would use the term uncomfortable because Dak's going to try to make something happen.
But listen, though, Will, I don't even think that's them trolling. I just think that that's what a lot of people feel like, right? Like I just think they think in my mind, Will, so this is what I'm thinking. I think that people think that Dak Prescott has amazing pockets, but he sees ghosts. So that makes him get rid of the football quicker than he's supposed to because he's seeing ghosts. He's afraid of pressure. But everybody don't know that the offensive line ain't a great pass blocking unit.
The only time, in my opinion, he's getting rid of the ball quick is when it's predetermined. I mean, the interception was a predetermined throw on a ridiculous design. Like, why are you running an out route into cover 2 on third and medium short of the sticks? And then you predetermined it. You already went that way, and it almost was interception. Then you went right back to it. When he does that, that's stuff that makes you scratch your head. But other than that, he usually is trying to get through his progressions. And depending on the route concept, it depends on obviously where he goes. But, again, it is what it is. He's just going to have to figure out a way to get through whatever the call is or what have you and make a play. And sometimes that's a problem. He took a sack the other day where it was like, yo, just throw the ball. Just throw it away. Because he's always trying to make a play. And he came out in the presser and said, man, yeah, I was trying to make something happen. Well, it ain't your day, bro. I'm trying to make something happen today.
Let's get that run game going, Let's see. We haven't heard from Matt from East Texas in a while. What's up, Matt?
What's going on, Voch? What's going on, Will? Still
cool and player.
What's up,
man? Well, Will just said that he didn't feel like we had a lot of vertical type routes this game, and it's kind of hard to tell from the broadcast view. But I was just going to ask, just from a nuanced situation, like what would you consider the amount of plays we ran that either was a vertical concept or like a 10, like get to the sticks, turn around? Because those two plays just infuriate me because it feels like most of the time where it's like third down or a must-have it situation, it's either we're running some sort of comeback route to the sticks or it's a vertical type pass that really doesn't work out. I mean, unless you get a lucky 3rd and 30 from T.Y. Hilton, but I would just like to hear y'all speak on that. That's all I really had.
Yeah, that's something that we could probably tell you after the day. Like that's something I would have really had to focus on,
right?
Film wise,
number.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I bet you Matt Owen know the exact number and side of the field and percentage and all that because he's number guy. But as film dude, like you gonna have to let us like watch the film, like the film.
But as he said that, I'm watching them run literally 4 comebacks. Because
Matt and Will, we saving the good shit for the playoffs. I hope. But yeah, Matt, that's all we got for you today.
And I don't. Oh, is he still on the phone?
No IHOP.
Oh. He said no IHOP. I appreciate you, man. Go ahead, Will.
And I don't when I look for routes beyond the intermediate level of the field or at the intermediate level of the field, I'm not necessarily talking about like verts. Like he'll have no problem running 4 verts and then be like, yo, Dak, just find somebody. Yeah. I'm talking about a more nuanced concept. I felt like we saw a little bit of that with some of the concepts in the middle of the year, and then we kind of went away from it a bit. But maybe we'll open that back up against the Bucs. So we'll see. No, Sam. I didn't say Kellen was saving that. Y'all bullied me. Y'all kept telling me Kellen was saving the bag. I kept saying he wasn't. Y'all was bullying me. Kellen Moore saving plays, guy. I'm telling you, I was like, all right, cool. I'll buy into it. When we got to the playoffs, he ain't saved shit. He saved a bag of shit. That's what he did.
that boy did nothing different than what he did the week before. He didn't change a thing, sir. I'm just in the chat box, man. Trey Fargo is in there, and
I don't know who he is.
He's his character in the chat. I'm not super familiar. I feel like I've seen him before, but I feel like I said that Dak Prescott was top 5 earlier, or whatever, or some shit like that. He didn't agree with me, so I've been trying to get him to drop his top 5 to see who on it. You know what I'm saying? So I can attack whoever the fifth guy is or whatever, right? Because I'm anticipating the big 3, and then I'm anticipating Hurts possibly. But then, I would love to know people's criteria. You know what I'm saying? Because if you go into things like playoff wins, or you go into things like overall wins, or you go into things like win this season, I can make an argument why Dak is better, better than that fifth guy. You know what I'm saying? And he says Justin Herbert. Okay, cool. Don't make me get into Justin Herbert bad. Don't make me talk about Justin. Go ahead.
I'm watching that play, man, and it's infuriating because the 4 comebacks across the field. Mm-hmm. This is why I don't like it, because if you come off of one guy and you're hoping the next guy is going to be open in the comeback route, because the pocket is there, but everybody's running the same exact route into a sea of a zone. I'd rather a different concept on the backside that he can come back to. Other than that, it has to be one of those predetermined reads, and just you hope they're not sitting on something like the dude was, and he went back and got the pick 6. It's just I don't understand our concept sometimes, and if Dak is off on that read or not confident in what he's seeing, now I got to try to make a play, scramble around. I'm just talking about this specific play, which you'll see it around the 5-minute mark.
Yeah. Will, what you think about the Cowboy fans are saying, hey, can we go get Cliff Kingsbury to come be an offense coordinator?
Nah, I know they trolling, right?
I think they serious. They not trolling, man. They trying to get Sean McVay up in here. They trying to get Cliff Kingsbury up in here.
So let me ask a serious question. Is Cliff Kingsbury is he a bad option because of the head coaching situation, or is his offensive scheme really like that?
I just don't think he's done a thing since he's been in the league.
Right, as a head coach though, right? Maybe, but I doubt he would go be an offensive coordinator. He'd go right back to college, be a head coach somewhere. But no,
I ain't win shit in college, so I don't know where he getting that job from.
Oh, that's college for you, bro. Look at the boy Lane Kiffin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair enough. What's my man's shouts out to Doug Peterson, man. That boy took that Urban Meyer shit and turned it into sugar, didn't he?
Bro, and this is sickening, but I was defending Doug Peterson to my Eagle fan friends back when they was the mad. I'm like, the audacity of you Negans. He won y'all Super Bowl with a backup quarterback, and a year and a half later, you want to get rid of him for Carson Wentz? That's a good damn coach. And what does he do? First goddamn year. Rallies those troops over there in Jacksonville. With Doug Peterson is a good coach. And guess what tree he comes from? Andy Reid.
Andy Reid. Yep. Andy Reid. Crazy. We got some more callers. Let's put some legs on these calls just a little bit. Dak not done yet. Hello, sir. Hold on, I gotta unmute you. Dak not done yet. Hello, sir.
Yeah, what up? I'm gonna be fast. I know you watch. What up, Voch? What up, Sky?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
First thing
I'm
is,
sorry, sir. I'm sorry, sir. What does that mean?
I heard somebody say Dak's afraid.
I just let you finish.
Dak ain't afraid. Dak
finish,
only had 2 uneasy games. One was against the Kansas City Chiefs, the last time they played, and then against the Buccaneers this year. The only 2 games he played uneasy. Okay. The second thing is, second thing is, Will been okay. If you're not up at 8:30 ish, I understand, but Will still been saying this is who we are down there all season. Like, so have that same feeling when we beat. Know what I'm saying? When we stumped a mud hole inside. Know what I'm saying? Vikings. I want y'all to have that same feeling like y'all have now. Think we'd be one and done. Know what I'm saying? I cannot stand so-called Dallas fans. Every time we win, they yay. But every time we lose, they fucking yelling for fucking Kellen Moore head. They want to, know what I'm saying, fire head coach. Want to get rid of that, get rid of this. I can't stand that. It's just ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous to me. And then, know what I'm saying? Another thing is, every time we have a game like we just had, what we did, so what we do the very next game, we go back and dominate. Not just win. Most times we dominate or have a real, real good game. So, no, I think people just need to chill on the one and done. You know what I'm saying? Knock all that negativity out, like, because it's just ridiculous to me.
I got you, bro. Appreciate you, Dak. Not done yet. Good call, man. Hey, yo, Will, somebody in the chat was like, what is he saying? Let me just translate that. Dak Not Done Yet wishes that Cowboys fans would be less ambiguous with their allegiances with wins and losses. Either Cowboys are trash, be on this side. Or if you're going to support the Cowboys through thick and thin, then be on this side. Stay on your side once you have picked your side. Appreciate you, Dak Not Done Yet. Go ahead, Will. You were saying something?
No, I was saying you explained it there. It seems like, but I will say this. I say this all the time. I do understand Cowboys fans' frustration, right? Sure. But and like I said about the other caller, I can't utter the words, well, we're going to be one and done, just to say I come back and say I told you so, or yada yada yada. That's just not how this is not how I can do it as a fan. I can't ever do that. But I can be discouraged from what I saw. I could have confidence that has been lost, but sure. But on Monday, I'm not screaming one and done. Like, they just gonna have to go one and done before I scream one and done.
But Will, these are people that quit the fight before they get into it. You know what I mean? They just, they don't have to be shoved into lockers. They just willingly comply and just step into it and close the door behind themselves, right? Like they're used to quitting on life. They're used to taking the easy way out. They're used to running into adversities and not, fighting through that hard thing to try to beat it. You know what I mean? They used to just complying and yielding. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll never, like, look, I could be as pessimistic as I want to. Like, if I got to fight Mike Tyson, right? If Mike Tyson slapped my mama, right? And I love my mama, I would love to know what my mother did to make Mike Tyson slap her, though. But I'm walking into that fight with a lot of pessimism, plenty pessimism. But I gotta fight Mike Tyson, bro. I gotta fight Mike Tyson. But Will, what if I catch him? I'm not gonna catch Mike Tyson. But what if I catch him? I'm not gonna catch Mike Tyson. But what if I catch him? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro.
One of them. Like, please.
Like, bro. Will, we stupid, bro. But dog, like, man, it's just like this people have been bullied in real life so much that it bleeds into their Cowboy fandom.
Yeah. It
bleeds into their Cowboys fandom, bro. I'm never gonna say, bro, like, we're gonna lose this one, buddy. We're gonna lose the. Now, if Cooper Rush, the quarterback, I don't feel great about it. You know what I mean? But if you run it with 4 and you tooled up and you ready to go, man, come on. In the playoffs? Come on, man. Mr. Tyson, I'm sorry, man. And I hate that you had to break your fist on my face, sir. But what did my mama say? Like, what she do? Like, Mr. Tyson, sir. Like, what did she do? Like, why she do that? Let me call my mom. Let's get Martise on the phone, see what he talking about. Hello, sir. Martise.
Yo, I got a couple, so I'm going to keep them real short.
Expeditiously.
One, stop this nonsense about Dak being an interception guy.
All right.
He is 9th all-time in touchdown to interception ratio.
Of course.
All-time, period. And that includes this year when he's having his worst turnover year ever.
That's saying
he
something.
He is 9th all-time. You got to stop.
Yeah.
Chat, respectfully. That's one. Two, I'm going back over this game, and I'm laughing still as you're talking because they run these hooks.
Bro, these hooks is killing me.
Guy not open. Nobody else is open, so he has a choice. Throw it away in the pocket, which is roughing the passer. I'm sorry, intentional grounding, or try to force it, right? And back to the pick. We went multiple possessions, not able to move the ball. Turpin fumbles or muffs, right? The kicker, punter, muffs it. They got a touchdown. They drove again, had to punt because we got a sack or something. They missed the field goal. The game in Dak's mind is like, we're not doing anything. Defense been on the field. I got to try to make something happen. His pick against San Francisco in a playoff game last year, similar thing. Offense is doing nothing. He has no turnovers. Throws that pick on the 3rd down. It was 16-7. And the defense is getting run over. It's like you have to look at the context of when Dak makes a mistake and step back and say, how is his coordinator helping him to not force. I would rather have a quarterback willing to try to force the ball than a dude that's just so focused on not throwing a pick that we never win. That doesn't work.
Well, Martise, Martise, that sounds good to me and Will Steele. That's music to us, to other content creators. But the problem is you're assuming that the average Joe on the internet cares anything about context, sir. That's the problem.
That's true there. And my last little nugget for Bucks. The best thing about this game, and this is my silver lining, is that at least we got to see a defense that the Bucks played on. It was very similar. The Bucks played I'm looking so far, I ain't see one blitz. They played a lot of that cover four.
They played the blueprint, right?
So I'm hoping that Kellen Moore got to look at this enough, and we got smacked yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping he ready. That's my silver lining.
Yeah.
Just saw a defense next week that the Bucks gonna run.
Yeah.
That's my hope.
Understood. Martise, how you think CeeDee Lamb gonna do next week? Sir? You want to answer that real quick? You want to answer that real quick? Put his hand and testify on that one, sir. You want to tell us what you think about that? You want to tell us how CeeDee Lamb gonna look next week, sir? Why don't you come up here and let us know? Let me turn down the music for you. Go ahead, sir. Let me cut it back up real loud so we can listen to the music, and then we'll listen to what you got to say, Martise. What you think CeeDee Lamb's gonna do next week versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Martise.
Kellen Moore better stop doing what he was doing yesterday. He better not do that because CD was angry.
Yeah, he was pissed. Yeah, he was throwing some fits yesterday. Yeah.
They better not do that, and they don't got nobody that can cover him. So I'm hoping he gets.
Martise, are you saying that the Bucks ain't got nobody that can cover cornerback that can cover wide receiver too, sir? Is that what you're saying? You saying a wide receiver too can beat all the corners on the Bucks team? That what you saying?
Hey, why y'all want to fight?
No, but a city lamb. You just said they ain't got nobody that can cover him, Martise. That just sounds like a traits of a gentleman that's, I don't know, like elite or something. I don't know. I'm just asking you questions, sir.
It's a lot of wide receivers that the Bucks can't have nobody that can cover. I don't want to fight.
Well, there must be way more wide receiver ones than you think there is, sir. All right, Martise, I appreciate you, man. Just we'll talk to you next week. Hopefully, CeeDee Lamb does elite things. Appreciate you, man.
When we breaking down this Bucks game, is it Wednesday?
Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, Bucks offense Wednesday.
Yeah, we definitely gotta look into that.
Because they want to move on this shit so bad. I kind of want to just talk about it Tuesday, like Tuesday through Friday. Kind of.
Yeah.
No, we'll see. Let's see that. Let's get DJ in here. What's up, DJ? Did I hit the button? Yeah, I did. What's up, DJ? DJ.
Hello.
Hey, man, come on now.
Yeah.
Hey, you better hop in here while we're trying to clock out. What's up, DJ?
My fault. The work called in the middle of it, but it ended up being something else. But
good, bro.
Yeah, man. Just a quick outlook on what I'm looking at, man. Like, don't get caught up in all this stuff.
Yep.
Like, I've on purpose missed. Like, I haven't watched anything besides y'all, and I haven't gone on Twitter and Facebook nothing since yesterday.
Yep.
I walk into work this morning, and I have Cowboys fans, and I have other things that I'm dealing with over here at work, and they just proceed to start saying just whatever when you disagree with them because they're upset about the loss yesterday. They're saying, Dak historically turns over the ball. Like Marty said, he's ninth ever in touchdown interception ratio.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying that he's not a leader. That, I was like, if anything else, that's what he's done. They're saying that all over everything over the years, Dak has shown that he cannot perform against better defenses. I was like, you have 3 examples of that this year. Like, don't listen to these people. They'll say anything when they're upset. And overall, man, with this, with the Bucks coming up on I guess it would be next weekend, Sunday, Monday. I'm not sure what it is, but with the Bucks this next week, as long as they don't try to take in the same game plans for the 3rd time where they know all the checks and all that kind of stuff, we should be okay. Because of what it really comes down to, they have Tom Brady and all that, and that's fine. But who is the better team? If you take away Tom Brady from the situation, which I know that's difficult to do because he is who he is, but if you take Tom Brady out of it just for 2 seconds and look at the squads and say, who is the better team? Dallas Cowboys win on every aspect of the game. So just relax. That's what I've been telling everybody. We've been waiting to get here. This is the part that matters. Unfortunately, our team probably looks at shit the same way. Because every time there's a big game coming up, the game before, they have a stinker. Whether they win or lose it, they have a stinker right before the big games. And they've been doing it all year. So I expect them to come out, kill it next week. I don't have, I'm less confident than I was going into yesterday. But I'm still there and I still want to see because I've been waiting to get here and I'm just ready to be here.
Let's do it. Appreciate you, DJ. Good call. If there's anybody in the chat that is new here, please say hello. Please let it be known because we don't understand how much this show grows. We just show up and cut the microphones on, make y'all laugh, do some analysis, roast somebody and go home. You know what I mean? We don't really know how much this thing grows on the daily. So we always offer to, bring people to the front of the church. We're like, hey, if you're new here, say what's up so that we can, so we can say hello to you. You know what I mean? But besides that, yeah, we're live Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Central here on the Volume and Voch Lombardi. And we do watch alongs on Sunday. Y'all come tap in with us, okay? Okay. So we got some new people. They say they new, kind of new. Let me work all the shit out y'all. All right.
Stop the cap.
Stop. I ain't mean to hit that button. I didn't mean to hit stop. I ain't mean to stop the cap. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you. Let's get back to the phones. Then we'll wrap up the show. Get into the chat box. Talk to y'all for a little bit. Will, Steele, you watching college football tonight?
Yes, I will be.
TCU versus Georgia. TCU got like 2 or 3 kids that's gonna go pro. That should be fun. You know what I'm saying? They're a really talented team, but Georgia got about 15 people that's gonna go pro.
So feel like.
so we're really gonna see what that look like, man. I'm really interested to see how that game turns out. We got 3 more. Cowboy Mike up next. Ken from Shreveport on deck. Tariq in the hole. Let's boogie. Cowboy Mike, what's up, sir?
What's good?
All right. What's happening with you?
What's up, Will? Steele, how you doing, man?
Yo, I'm good, man. What's up with you?
I'm good, man. It was yesterday, man. I watched that game. It kind of reminded me of Remember the Titans. I felt like Kellen Moore showed up with Coach Boone's playbook. It wasn't but a sheet long. The whole game was, I don't know, man. I'm still kind of, it puzzles me, man, because I'm like, what did they do all week? What was the game plan?
Perplexed. Yeah, I feel
there's got to be more to this.
I understand Blade Brown now. Yeah.
What y'all think?
I think they just saving their good stuff for the playoffs. I don't know. I don't know. I just look.
Man, I didn't want to believe it, bro. I'm like, I'm still sitting here as I'm listening to the show.
That can't be real, though. Like, don't believe me.
Really? Is that possible?
Mike, please don't believe me. This is satire. This is not real. I don't think that the Cowboys, the Cowboys coaches in particular, would be that wild to sacrifice the showing or to sacrifice an opportunity to build some momentum just to be secretive and say they plays their best plays for the next game. But we'll still. I have seen these moments play a damn training camp game in blank jerseys for the, for the sake of secrecy. You know what I mean? So it could be a thing. But go ahead, Cowboy Mike.
Hey, on the real though, man, I feel like I didn't see any fire either.
Right.
Outside D Lamb, a couple of times he broke a couple of tackles, even on the defensive side of the ball. We just weren't very locked in mentally, and I think that's a reflection that comes from up top, man. You got to get the players ready. And also, I'm a little concerned about Turpin. I was on him, man.
I forgot to ask about that.
Every time he catches that punt, it kind of deflects off his shoulder a little bit. Even the ones he catches, they don't look very secure from the top. And I'm going to get off here, man. I'll listen to y'all and let y'all give your input on that. Y'all have a good day, man. And everybody just relax. Chill. We in the playoffs, baby. It's time to go play ball.
Appreciate you, man. Good call.
Now we'll still appreciate you, Cowboy Mike. Now we'll still. I forgot to ask you about it, sir. Were you sick of Cavante Turpin when he muffed the little punt yesterday, sir?
Oh, 100%. But that's because I was getting sick of him already.
I'm glad you said that. So listen, Will Steele. In my mind, right, if Cavante Turpin's going to be on this team, if he's going to be on this squad, and he's going to be taking up, let's just say taking up this type of roster spot, right? He's going to need to be one of two people. Cavante Turpin, either needs to be a dude that contributes on offense, or he needs to be Devin Hester. If he Devin Hester, he ain't got to have a position.
All right.
If he Devin Hester, he ain't got to do nothing else but catch, kick, and punt returns.
Right. Is he? When's the last time a returner made the Pro Bowl without returning a touchdown?
In the fucking preseason. This boy he made the Pro Bowl off his preseason body, sir. Off his preseason work, he made the Pro Bowl. Will.
And I don't want to dismiss the good returns he had in the first half of the season, right? Like he had like a good 4 or 5 handful of returns. Like he was doing some good things, and I thought that would continue. But if it's not going to continue, what you can't do is cost your team field position by muffing 2 punts, right, and then bringing the ball out and not getting past the 15, right? He's done that many of times. So yeah, he has become more of a problem than an asset, I think.
My whole point, though, Will, still is if you're not going to be contributing on offense, ladies and gentlemen, that means Cavante Turpin got one job. One job. All you got to do is catch the daggone football. 5 temptations. One job. And if you up here costing us games, bro,
let me tell you,
it could have went bad for Texans. That happened in that game. The same thing happening, and we see this mountain of momentum just falls when that shit happens, right? Field position. Then all of a sudden, Sam Howell gets the easy pass to the end zone.
Yeah.
If that's gonna be the case, I'm about to say Tony, but I'll let somebody else just return the damn kicks and punts.
No.
Save their roster spot and put somebody else out there.
No, you let that person do the fair catching like they used to do with Ced Wilson and Cole Beasley.
Jordan Lewis and them, yeah.
No, not Jordan.
No.
But,
Okay,
but
I got carried away.
But I know what you mean. One of them ones. Like, so,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not trying to say, oh, Ced Wilson, miss Ced Wilson, but that's another thing that Ced did for you that's why, it showed his worth to this team. He could do wide receiver things, slot outside. He could do trick plays. You don't even be a dominant punt returner, but he can catch the damn ball, right? Like he can do that. So do you get to a point where we say, okay, if they're punting from the 50, the 45, we're just going to throw, I don't even know who the backup kick returner, punt returner. I don't know. But do you throw that person there to catch the rock? Yes, because Turpin ain't showed us why he was the MVP of USFL,
the Canada League. Which one it is?
The USFL,
the flag football.
The
he ain't showed us them people. He ain't showed us the fan choice. He ain't showed us why he was the MVP of that league because he don't do nothing on offense. If that's gonna be the case, bro, I'm thinking maybe some on offense he's not grasping. Like T.Y. Hilton got here expeditiously because we needed him. Yeah. You show us value, you're in expeditiously. This team will put you in if you show your value. Trayvon Mullen, you took about a couple weeks, you in. Look, Alexander, you in. We need you.
Well, Voch.
So, sorry.
Are they saving him for the playoffs?
Oh, shit. Will Steele. There's no way they fucking saving Cavante Turpin on offense for the goddamn playoffs because you would need many tries and attempts to know if he can even read the fucking playbook or if he can even do what you asked him to do. If they ain't did the shit versus Philly, because he been on the team all year. If he ain't did the shit versus Philly, versus the Vikings, versus these other pivotal ass games, when damn Cooper Rush was your quarterback and we needed some type of explosion, whether it be versus the Bengals or any of them chair. If they ain't did it then, I'd be damned if they do it next week. And watch fucking Cavante Turpin get 2 touchdowns next week.
Look. We can make a side bet. We have to think of. I 100% believe they are running a Cavante Turpin play. Get ready. And the play that I got in mind is the one that they did against the Bears. They tried to run it with them before again, but they did it with Tony Pollard a few times. But Kevontae Turpin is going to get a play on offense, and it's likely going to be a jet sweep or one of those little reverse dips. Trick play's coming. Kellen Moore can't help himself. You know that, Voch. And that's not even really a trick play, but a trick. Matter of fact, they tried to run a trick play, threw it back to Dak Prescott with Kevontae Turpin. Remember that against the Eagles?
If Kevontae Turpin scores a touchdown in this game, I'm slapping Helen Kellen in his face.
Well, I would love for him to score a touchdown. I'm just hoping the play doesn't end up being a negative play. That's all I'm hoping.
That's the other problem. That's the risk. That's the risk. Because look, if it go well, it's like 25% chance it'll go well. But the rest of the shit,
yeah, I just wanted to be a positive play. If it's a touchdown, well, shoot, man, we're going to Golden Corral probably.
But my problems with Kevontae Turpin and his positive plays, he don't do the shit before he need to. Like he want to run down, he want to run back a kick return, punt return so bad he dropped the football.
Yeah,
I bet you Kevontae Turpin has a lot of focus drops at practice simply because he wants to be fast MVP of the what it is Canada flag football,
the Alphabet League. Yeah,
he want to be he want to be MVP. He want to be that guy. So he might drop passes. I don't know, man, but we're going to say it for the playoffs.
Say it for the playoffs. It's coming. If we had a Cowboys bingo playoff card, Kevontae Turpin trick play. It's coming.
We might have to do those. We might have to do a little bingo card simulator, and put those out there and give away a prize to whoever gets the the actual bingo card. That'll be fun. I don't feel like doing that shit. I'm lazy. All right, Ken from Shreveport. What's up, sir?
Hey, how you doing, Voch? Sky, how you doing, man?
Coolin', my guy.
I just want to thank Sky for giving me a little words for this morning because I couldn't understand what was irritating me about this game. And
everything.
He brought up the word fight.
Mm-hmm.
No fight in this game. Yeah, I thought that was that's what clicked in my head finally. It's like, yeah, it makes pretty much no sense. Our short yardage guy, Zeke. He outbuilt kind. He the one that brings the power for us. He was basically a no-show in that game. Even the defense, the thing we do well ain't been clicking for us at all. The run defense, I could say, start off looking better for the most part.
Sure.
So, but I'm a little bit lost. I think Kellen Duffelbag is over there at Southwest somewhere. It ain't coming back for right now for the most part because those three tight ends and lined up as wide receivers. We ain't seen that in some time. He saved Tony Pollard for 2 years before he let him get run. So I don't see him holding anything for the playoffs at all. And I'm just waiting. Like I'm just like any other Cowboy fan. I'm gonna be a Cowboy fan. I believe in my team, but I'm just gonna wait and hope that this time, with a little bit of motivation, Kellen going against the defense, they called him out. That which is normally your time.
You ain't got long. You got 7 days. Your ass ain't got long to wait. Goddamn, you ain't got long.
You know what I'm saying?
You got a week.
And, so this is what I'm ready for. I'm gonna just say I'm ready for it. I'm not excited about it, but I'm ready for it. But thank y'all. I'm gonna just keep listening and enjoy it. But
appreciate you, Kev.
We here now.
You can. Appreciate you, bro.
Yes, sir.
I will talk to you in 7 days to see to see what he said. Man, I'm just gonna wait to see what happens. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just take my little time. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just I'm like, bro. The one thing I will say before we get to this last call, we got Rick on the phone. One thing I will say though, Will, is this is the first time the Cowboys, like offensively, right? Offense and just offense, defense, special team, whatever, to where they've had one of these ugly games and they've lost it. You know what I mean? Because we can have an ugly game versus Tennessee or an ugly game versus, like Eagles or whatever, right?
Texas.
But when you Texas, sure. But when you win, you go, hey man, it's just a tough, gritty win. You're gonna have you'll make that, you know what I mean? You'll make that the bright side. Hey man, it was just a tough, gritty win. And we up here as content creators, that Titan shit was embarrassing. But they go, hey, gritty win. This is the first time we've been in one of these situations and they've lost the game. So all I can hope for is that they have a little bit of fire under their ass at practice this week and they turn that into some fight. You know what I mean? They turn it into some fight and they roll up against Tampa Bay and they put hands on them children. You know what I mean?
They got to fight. They didn't come out fighting against the San Francisco 49ers last year. They cannot do that. They and we'll break this down, but it is paramount that they come out and they get off to a fast start, because if you don't and you start making mistakes, your quarterback's going to press. And I don't think there's a coach or there's a guy or anybody that can pull him out of him pressing. So now you got to say, all right, bro, you pressing. We just got to hope you avoid the mistake, because that's the last thing you want is Dak Prescott to be pressing early.
I think 35 points is enough to win this game comfortably. Because if you make Tom Brady do those points, it's a lot of points. But shit, that's the unfair shit that we putting on the team, man. I've seen Tom Brady this last 5 weeks have shootouts with scrubbish teams. You know what I mean? But it's always because the game close at the end, then Tom Brady do that magical little shit that he does at the end of a game, right? So in my mind, if we get out early and make them have to not run the football, because that'll help us, and make them not have to run the football and all that kind of shit, man. Like, and bro, just play complimentary football for the first time. Have peanut butter and jelly for the first time since Minnesota? You know what I mean? Play some good defense, play some good offense together. I think that's the recipe, man. We'll be fine if we can do that.
I gotta laugh because you said the shootouts. What's funny is the shootouts, it ain't really shootouts. It just come down to the end.
Maybe 16 to 14
19,
and
16, it'd be 17, 16, 21, 16, 16, 13. But it feel like a shootout because it's Tom Brady going down at the end of the game and winning it, right? That's wild, right? So don't let this, and again, we'll break it down. Just don't let this week be the week that the Buccaneers look like 2020 version of Buccaneers.
Well, I was on Twitter Sunday. Who's the lady? I'm gonna say a chick, but we're gonna be respectful here. Who's the woman that was covering the Cowboys, but she covered Tampa Bay now?
Brianna
Dix, Dix, right? She was tweeting, right? She was like, "Oh, Tom Brady got 2 back-to-back passes to Chris Godwin, and they moving." And I was like, "Of course, Tom Brady would be going off at the end of the season." I pulled up the fucking score, and that shit like 10-0 to like 10-10 or something.
Falcons
like, man,
was up,
y'all ain't going crazy for real. Like, I thought they was going crazy, but they doing that same regular ass shit. Bro, I legitimately feel like this Bucs offense, we'll talk about this Wednesday. I don't think this Bucs offense good. Like, Tom Brady not good right now. He just do that magic shit at the end. If we get up on points and play some complimentary defense, man, and just don't let that fucker get within 3 points of us in the last 50 seconds of the game, man,
gotta play some clean ball.
Gotta play some clean football, man. Some complimentary clean football. And Trey Diggs, do not bite the double move. They're gonna be looking at you this week. It could be cornerback too, but I bet you they're gonna be looking at Trey on the double move this week, because that's really all they got for him. But let's get Reek on the phone before we clock out. This is a long ass show. We ain't doing this again tomorrow. But we just had a lot of callers. But go ahead, Reek. What's up?
Yeah, what's going on, Voch? What's going on, Sky? What's going on, Cowboy Nation?
Mm-hmm.
They really got to figure out what's going on with this offensive line.
Yeah.
I said this yesterday, man. These 2 older ends, they got to figure this shit out before Monday. They need to put Tyron back in his original spot.
Exactly.
Put him over there with the rookie. And they need to if you ask me personally, because I think Peters was getting whooped on over there on that left end.
Mm-hmm.
They need to put Tyron back to his original spot and try to figure this thing out between Ball and Collins. I really prefer Collins in before Ball, because I think Collins is a better player than Ball right now, because Collins looked pretty damn good in the preseason, if you ask me personally.
And have you rewatched the game out of curiosity?
Huh?
Have you rewatched the game out of curiosity?
You said, did I rewatch the game?
Yeah, have you rewatched it yet?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't. I'm just going off what I've seen on Sunday, man. That's what I'm saying.
You couldn't be, because Jason Peters was
what I'm saying is
Jason Peters was good on that.
Get no lanes open. Them having to bounce the ball out and not be able to run up the middle. That's a problem, because Dak is better in Dak is more effective in that play action. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
instead of the shotgun stuff all day. And I have a problem with Kellen Moore making Dak have to force the ball to Noah Brown and Dalton Schultz the whole damn game. My thing is like this. We're going against Tom Brady. We got to empty the clip on these dudes in that game. Like you guys been saying, we can't keep the game close. So we need to put some of these young tight ends on the field. And because Gallup ain't looking like himself.
Mm-hmm.
So he need to get offense for wherever he can get offense from. And my thing is like this: you got to make those two linebackers over there for the Bucs work.
Yeah.
That's the only way we're gonna have a shot. You know what I'm saying? Because if the running game ain't going, what we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say about that one, fella. And Dan Quinn need to figure it out too, as far as stopping the run and hitting Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady do not like to get hit. When he get hit, he get antsy. And that's the Tom Brady I want to see. I want to see the antsy one making mistakes. Hit this dude, man. He's 45 years old.
Yep.
Get back there and hit his ass, man.
We'll definitely talk
That's
about
all
that.
I gotta say.
We'll definitely talk about that Wednesday. Appreciate you, Reed. Good call, man.
What I was trying to say was
just trying to say. Like I said,
what I was trying to say was Jason Peters actually was played a good game over there. Tyron Smith, not so much. Tyron Smith, he struggled some there, and I wanted to touch on the drive before half, Voch, but maybe we'll touch on it tomorrow because I was watching that. Some of the callers. That was actually the best drive in general, but was the best drive from I think concept-wise from a passing point. But we'll talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, Jason Peters, I thought played well. Tyron, I don't think played well.
For those of you that want to watch the film on the offensive line, I'll be going live on Patreon after the show, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. It's kind of going to be a little early because I want to be free for when the college football game comes on. So please tap into the Patreon.
Yeah, send me that because I want to get on it too because I'm still going through it. So,
all right, cool. We'll do that. We'll do that. Ain't nothing. Let's get to some supers and wrap up the show. You know, here we go. All right, they saving Tyron for the playoffs. No, they're not.
It's about to be our shit.
No, they're not. Hey, yo, look, do what they're gonna do though, right? All this goddamn context that we gave them all day about this playoff, like we're mostly saying it in a joking, recurring way. But Volume gonna take that shit and be like, the only way this makes sense is that we are saving our best plays for the playoffs. We did absolutely fine this Sunday. Dak Prescott was good this Sunday. We're saving the stuff. We're saving the best plays for the playoff. And then and then somebody else on the phone will be like, relax. But my voice is gonna be like, relax. Right. And that's how they're gonna get me, Will, still. Every time.
And at the end, we're going to the Super Bowl. Huh?
What
are you talking about? I said.
Oh shit, man. That's how they get us, bro. Let's read these supers, man. Sick of this. What's the date? 9th? Yeah. On the Volume side, that's their show. And that's their show. Cool. On the Voch side, the 9th. Boom, 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 boom. Paul Bracamante dropped a 5 in the super chat and says, I don't want to be the new Martise, but Noah Brown is not a true number 2 receiver. Was Dak trying to get him a bonus or something? Hey, yo, look, Paul. There you go, sir.
Noah Brown. No, I'm just playing, bro. You're absolutely correct about that.
That's funny, dog. That's really hilarious. Noah Brown is not a true number 2 receiver. I don't want to be like Martise in that. Let's see.
Noah Brown looked like a number 2.
Or less.
Noah Brown looked like a number 2.
Oh, like a piece of note. Yeah.
There you go. I'm just playing. Listen, Noah. Listen, ain't nothing against you, Noah. You really a 5, but they parading you around like a 2. You know what I mean?
CC in the chat says, "Oh, so we getting celebrity guest Will Steele on the Patreon? It's lit." Oh,
wow. You know what? I jumped. Do you remember when I jumped to the Patreon last time under my Skywalker YouTube? And somebody said, "Is that the Skywalker?" I said, "Oh,
bro, this was here first."
I had to put my pinky up. The Skywalker.
The Skywalker.
Put my Marcus Hardison wig on when he said,
"You know what I'm saying?"
Skywalker. Regular schmegular, dog.
Hey, we are doing this content thing for y'all. Y'all hear me? Please drop some flames in the chat for us, man. We ain't doing nothing else. Flames for us and flames for all the new people watching for the first time today that are going to watch tomorrow. And shouts out to the people that watched the first time and said, "What the fuck is this? I'm never coming back to y'all Bob Koozies ever again." That's an inside joke. You got to be around for a while. Appreciate you, though, Iceberg. South Philly Shell dropped a 5. It says, We played like we wanted to lose that game, but the fact we ain't lose back-to-back games give me hope. But another game like this, fire everybody, especially Kellen first.
Oh, another game. Can you imagine if we did this?
Game like this, dog? I'm not going to work. I don't know how to explain this shit.
I'm telling y'all right now, bro. I'm 100% sick the next day.
I'm going to jail for real. They play like this again. I don't know what I'm gonna say to y'all.
Bro, I'm not trying to duck. I just need a day. That's all I'm saying.
I need a minute, man.
Just give me a time to breathe. Just let me breathe, and on Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll come in here and we got y'all.
I ain't gonna say nothing else, man. Eastside Herald, who is a Texans fan who lost first overall pick from their win yesterday. Ignorant. Drop 5 in the super chat says, Voch and Steele, let me hear how you try to sell 15 interceptions as a good thing.
See, this is how you know you troll. No one is selling that as a good thing.
Beach Auto. Naptown Cowboys says, he dropped 5, says, should we move TY to 2 and maybe put Michael Gallup in the slot? No.
If Michael Gallup can create separation outside,
he definitely gonna do it inside.
Oh, can you imagine him trying to run like an option route and he's just not breaking hard enough, and next thing you know, and he's done some slant stuff, but I mean, oh boy, no.
Michael Gallup makes his money off of when Dak breaks the pocket, him being a very aware player running with him and just running straight down the field or muscling people in jump ball situations. Gallup ain't cutting on nothing. No, sir.
No, you don't want him doing a whole bunch of cutting now.
Oracle Toxic Tom Downey burner account dropped a deuce and says, keep up the good work. Even Jordan needed Scotty. Now, when I read this, I thought this was a Voch and Will Steele reference, but I think this was a Dak need help reference. Either way, sure, Jordan does need Scotty. Does Dak have a Scotty? Like, does Dak have another, like,
it was Zeke for like 4 years.
Yeah, ain't Zeke no more.
No.
All right.
It's Lamb.
Cool hands. Yeah, I guess the CD, but you know. He ain't a number one receiver, allegedly. So shit, he had no fucking Scott. Cool hands Lou dropped 5 and says
Tony Cool Coach.
Yeah, he says can't wait for our coordinator Kelvin Moore to realize a first down can be gained on first and second down. Oh yeah, for sure. No rule that you have to use third down. You know, even though we're a good team on third down, because I think Dak is good on third down, whether it be passing or quarterback sneaks, Dak has mostly been undefeated on these quarterback sneak type plays. Yeah, man, shit, if you don't never get the third down, you'll be good on third down for sure.
Bro, what was that first third down? Or second third down, actually. 3rd and 5, and we just punted. Like, when I say punted, I mean they just said, oh, we're going to run a draw. Your quarterback has been lights out on third down up until that point. Literally converted a third down prior to that. And you ran a draw, bro?
Yeah.
What was that? That was early in the game, but to me, that was like, uh-oh, is it going to be one of them days?
Well, because we wouldn't dare do that in the playoffs. We wouldn't dare run a draw on 3rd and 5 in the playoffs, Will Steele. Bro, we gonna get so upset when we come back this motherfucker and they gonna run a draw on 3rd and 5 and they running curls and CeeDee Lamb not in motion and there's no play action and run can't get. Oh goodness, it's gonna be a wrap.
I can only laugh about it because this is what everybody said last year. They bullied the shit out of me to the point I believed. I said, you know what? You on this, so you might be right because ain't no way you could just go 4 games doing this shit. So they're going to do this. They're gonna do something different in the playoffs. We got to the playoffs. Tony probably had 3 carries.
3 carries.
We ran a annexation of Puerto Rico on the second drive of the game.
Yo, somebody in my chat box like 2 weeks ago when you said it, because this is like the 5th time you said it. It said, yeah, so I Googled the annexation of Puerto Rico, and boy, I went down a rabbit hole. Like, hey, we'll still watch his documentaries, man.
Listen, Little Giants is one of my favorites of all time. Okay?
That's funny, man. What's the best football movie of all time?
Ooh, a lot of people are going to say, remember the Titans, right? No. I don't know. There's so many.
Not for Voch.
What would you say?
Friday Night Lights.
I'm about to say Friday Night Lights is up there.
Friday Night Lights one.
The lighter tone might say what's the blue one? blue, varsity blue.
Yeah, varsity blues. But
I don't think that.
I think Friday Night Lights gave you a real life idea of what
they turned into a damn show. Yeah,
it's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's real life right. That's the real
Sunday. Yeah.
Like I remember playing football in Natchez, Mississippi. When I was playing in 2007, the team was, they hadn't been to the playoffs since 92. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of pressure on our team to get a win in the playoffs, and we eventually won in the playoffs or whatever. But there was this scene in Friday Night Lights, right, to where the kids were just hanging out. They were just eating tacos, burritos, and shit. And the police walked up to them. Shit, what's up, kids? I said, we doing all right. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and pay for these tacos, bro. I appreciate you, man. Y'all doing good in school? Yep. And it was like, you gonna win state? And it was like, yeah, I guess so. You know what I'm saying? And just that pressure that every time they ran into somebody, what y'all gonna do this? What y'all gonna do? You got Boobie Miles, what y'all gonna do? And it turned into like, yo, like these teenagers, but the pressure of a whole city is on their shoulders. And that is Texas. Real. It's Texas, bro.
Texas.
That's real shit, man.
I know a lot of old heads will say the program. I'm seeing that being put in here. I've talked to a few. They love the movie, the program.
That just because that was the hot movie when they was outside, bro. But the program ain't.
And that's the thing. I wonder if it's when you was outside type of situation, because you just connected to it a little bit harder, right?
Yeah. Any Given Sunday was a good movie. Like it was a well-written movie, but it was film trash. Like the use of music in it and it was R-rated, but it was kind of Disney-y. You know what I mean? It was very cinema-y. Yeah, it was very drama-y. Oh, you hit the running back. He spin 3 times in a circle in the air. He fall down and go, but when he fall, the camera go, down with him. Like the new wrestling dude Will Steele, when somebody get body slammed, the fucking camera go down with him. Like I hate that now. the camera go with them. They did this shit in Any Given Sunday. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that's done too much. But Friday Night Lights, from score to cinematography to acting to character archetypes, chef's kiss, bro.
I ain't budging. Low Giants.
Yeah. Well, Will Steele, because you're an older gentleman.
I'm sorry, man. It's just
Will Steele, because Friday Night Lights came out. You was about 25 years old. You was doing bigger and better things by then. You know. Let's get back to these when we get about here. Chat, I promise you, the show will not be this long tomorrow.
Pump you up. Oh man, just come on, man. Now you about to make me watch it. I still got the VHS.
Man, when Boobie Miles tore his ACL and he got in the car with his granddad and he cleaned out his locker, he was being arrogant and cocky with everybody because he Boobie Miles, but he got in the car and he cried because he knew he was gonna work at Best Buy the rest of his life.
I will admit, Friday Night Lights is definitely more real, right? Like that's definitely real.
How many dudes how many old dudes that said, man, I would have went pro, but my knee. I would have went pro, but I got hurt. I would have went pro, but but my grade.
Oh, I've literally seen it in Harrisburg. Like,
yeah,
they ain't even got to tell me. I watched y'all be,
Boobie cried, man. I don't know how to do nothing else but play football, man. I don't know how to do nothing else but to play. How many? If football didn't exist, how many dudes would be nothing in real life? You know what I'm saying?
Sports, bro. I tell my mom all the time, thank you. Thank you for putting me in something every part of the season, because, boy, it took me to take a step back and say, damn, if I wasn't in sports, I might have got caught up.
Let me tell you about sports. One last thing, I'm gonna move on because we got to go.
We already in 5 o'clock.
It's getting late. It's getting late. Can you imagine if like Tyron Smith didn't have sports and he was just a 6'5" thug in real life? Just an athletic, big as hell thug in real life because he didn't have sports.
Kevin Hart got a bit about that.
A word.
The T-Mobile dude who just lift weights in the gym. He's 6'5" and he's like a body. Yeah. He's like, what you training for? Nothing. I work at T-Mobile. Hello. Hello.
I haven't listened to Kevin Hart in a long time. But anyway, moving on. Let's get up out of here. Dak is equivalent to New Jersey twerk. That's a little bit of a battle rap reference, but I think Dak is a little more consistent than New Jersey twerk. Appreciate you, sir.
I don't like nothing with the word twerk in it and incorporating it with my quarterback, so I hope that's a good thing.
He's a gangster named Twerk. He's a gangster battle rapper named Twerk.
That's strange.
But it's TRORK. It ain't like twerk like TRERK, but it says twerk. He goes by twerk, and I'm just like, all right, bro. Let's see. Dwayne Brown drop 5 says, if Dan Quinn leaves, would Lovie Smith be a great defense coordinator to teach Tampa too?
Lovie Smith?
Yeah. I kind of want Lovie to be like a linebacker consultant at this point in his life. You know what I mean? I wouldn't.
Okay, here's my problem. I would totally be okay with Lovie, but my heart's set on Vic Fangio. If Dan Quinn goes, I want Vic Fangio.
You actually got a guy in mind.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
cool.
100%.
Yeah. I trust Will Steele because he said, yo, Voch, Mike McDonald, we need him.
Mike McDonald, yeah.
Well, I said McDonald. Mike McDonald's a singer. It's different. Let's see. Trey Fargo says, okay, cool. This is his list. He says Dak Prescott's not top 5, but his top 5 is Pat, Joe, Josh, Lamar, and Justin. Then he has Dak, Kirk, Cousins, Tom Brady, and Derek Carr.
Who's top 5 is that?
Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and Justin Herbert.
Over, I can't. Lamar, I can understand because Lamar. I mean, you see what they're doing without Lamar. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Justin is just he's a freak talent. It's hard to. I don't have a problem with Justin Herbert. I just don't. But hold him to the same standards though. That's all I'm saying.
Because Justin Herbert will choke in big games and all that athletic shit and all that big arm shit
away. Yeah.
And what has he done in the playoffs? You know what I mean? So the same metric that we judge Dak by, judge them dudes by the same thing. Moving on. And Brent DC4L drop 5 says, love the show. Thanks, Voch and Will. Appreciate you, sir. I missed one. He says, I did not miss one. I read them. All right, cool. Appreciate. Let me hear refresh because y'all love the center man. I love the center man.
Short dog said we got an anniversary in the chat. Miss Adriana S. He said, happy anniversary, 19 years, Miss Adriana S. Voch and Sky, shout her out. I'm not sure what the anniversary is, but happy anniversary.
Oh, okay, cool. Hey, okay, we know of this family. We did a Cashapp giveaway one time, and apparently it was helpful. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Y'all been together for 19 years. I can't imagine being with nobody.
He been with her for 19 years.
Yeah, they've been together for 19. Like Adriana be in the chat. Like she be around there chilling somewhere.
Adriana is short dog?
That ain't short dog. This is,
come on.
No. This is somebody else that's named Short Dog 2121, but this ain't like I'm Short Dog. I'm calling y'all from jail, Short Dog. That's because Short Dog spells Short Dog with 2 G's, and his name is like his name is his government name. So yeah.
Okay. Oh, happy anniversary! 19 years, man.
Well, you almost thought a damn connection was made.
Yeah, I'm like, did we?
Did we miss something? Yeah, we have 2 short dogs. All right, chat. Toxic Shaq Edwards says, can we say Dak is a more mobile Kirk Cousins? No. All right, we're gonna get up out of here, man. It's been
they want to make him Kurt so bad.
Simple, no. Chat, I will be hopping on Patreon in like 10-20 minutes. Let me get some food or whatever, get my life back right. We appreciate y'all for tuning in today. Love y'all. Follow me on all my social medias, VOCHLONBARDI. Follow Skywalker Steele on his Skywalker Steele. My Patreon is patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. Y'all go over there, check that out. We're about to go live in 10 to 20, maybe 30 minutes after I eat. And twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. We did a show on Twitch last night to where we were just kind of chilling. I was playing Madden 07, and I actually broke down film on some National Geographic shit and why I hate Lion King because it's unrealistic. So if y'all want to see me break down a video of a male lion,
you just don't come at Lion King, bro.
Well, sir, there's a scene in Lion King. I promise I'm not gonna hold you. And y'all can run to my Twitch and see this. There's a scene in Lion King to where Scar implied that because he had 20 hyenas on his team, that we supposed to like bitch up and like comply from him. But Voch is a real life nature fan. I wear a lot of hats, Will Steele. I'm a real life studier of nature, and I know that a grown male alpha lion is strong enough to kill 20 hyenas. So I found this video of this lion beating the shit out of 20 hyenas, and I broke down the film of it on Twitch. So y'all go check that out if you want to. Twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. It's the last video on demand. Y'all hold it down for the Dose Quotes, the piece of whiskey. Till next time, see y'all on Patreon or Twitch later. Volume.
Beats Planet.
And Snow White's a hoe, I guess. Yeah, that's basically
what.
You gonna come at all the Disney movies?
Everything like it. It's Snow White might be a hoe.
Virtually fight. She got 7 pimps.